Hey, 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 what's up, everybody? This is the Ace Michael Show. Yes, that guy is back. This is a new season, and so my first interview of the season, I'm super excited. If I make some mistakes, just bear with me. I know you guys on the internet, y'all be like, just on it. Like, y'all don't even give a brother a second to breathe, and y'all be like bashing. Oh my God. It's a new show, it's a new season. I might be rusty, I might not, but I might be. So listen, the other day I'm watching someone else's podcast, which I do. I'll admit it. I do creep into other podcast worlds sometimes, and they're talking to the great physicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's like literally a genius walking among men, and the host Hassan Minaj was hosting this show, and he asked a very good question. He said, I'm wondering when we're going to get to this stage in our development as humans where the robots will do the dishes, take out the trash, um, vacuum the floor, drive me to work, make my bed, do my laundry, right? And Neil
Mm,
Tyson said something that just blew my mind. Like my mind is blown, people. He said, well, if you think about it, you have a robot that does all of that right now. Like when you used to wash your clothes, say 100 years ago, you'd have to take
mm,
your clothes down to the lake. You'd have to wash them in the lake, dry them on the rocks. But now you have a machine that can do that for you in 3 minutes. You used to wash your dishes in the same water that you probably took a bath in. But now you have a machine that can do that for you.
mm,
You have a machine that can do your vacuuming. You have a machine that can do your laundry. So when he said
mm,
that, he said, what we as humans have failed to understand is that we already have the robots doing everything for us. We're not going to the stage where we're going to have robots. We already have the robots doing everything. All of our sensitive information is out there, and who's reading it? The robots. Like, where do
mm.
you think all that information goes when you give it to your social security number to the guy just so you can get a discount on a car wash? The robots. So when the day comes, and it will, when the day comes that we go to battle with the robots, and the reason I say it will is because we battle with
Mm.
everybody because we're humans. We can't stop battling, apparently. But when that day comes, we're already going to be at a disadvantage because the robots have everything. They have our ID information, they have our retinal scan information, they even have our genetic information. We've taught them how to rebuild human genetic code so they can actually make a human now. So, and this is in 2025. Imagine what it's going to be like in 2045.
Mm.
Damn. All right. Welcome to the Ace Michael Show. My guest today is a wonderful model and actress. She's a beautiful lady. She and I had talked for years. We had spoken for years, but did not get a chance to meet. And I was working on a film set and I saw this most beautiful, delicate flower in the corner. And I was like, is that? Yes, and it turned out to be the one, the only. Welcome to the show, model and actress, Ms. Kathy Corpus. Welcome to the show,
Hello.
Kathy.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, it's my big old pleasure. Big old pleasure. So, well, first, I wonder if you, before we talk about the topic of the AI destroying humans, right, which is going
Mhm.
to happen. It's my opinion. It's going to happen. Tell us a little bit about Kathy Corpus, because I know that you are involved in a lot of things that are non-entertainment related, which is what I like about you is that, some people, they just make
Mm.
the entertainment their identity. And so
Yes.
everywhere they go, they're like, well, I'm an actor. And it's like, okay, yeah,
Right.
but what else are you? Right. So,
Yes.
Kathy, tell us a little bit about your backstory. Who are you, man? What's up?
Well, I'm a really a martial artist. I've been in martial arts for since 1999.
Mm,
I'm a certified Tai Chi instructor, a certified Qigong instructor,
mm.
and I just got really heavy into healing modalities and also into the Japanese healing modality Reiki. I'm a third degree Reiki master as well, and I've did this my whole life really for a very, very long time.
Mm.
I'm not going to tell you my age,
Right?
but you'll
I'm not
one
gonna
day you'll
ask.
figure it out. You'll figure it out one day. But just to give you a little background on just my history and how dedicated I was to the arts. But now I have students and I teach. I teach. I don't want to say where, but I teach people with fourth stage cancer and very serious ailments, health ailments that they're going through, and a lot of great things have been happening with that. Although I
Mm,
don't treat and cure any disease, there's been great moves going on with qigong, which is the Chinese healing modality, and with cancer. I know I can't really tap on that too much. Got to be really careful with wording,
hmm.
but I was dedicated to doing that. When my sister passed away with cancer, I
Oh wow.
decided to go and volunteer and with treat people with cancer and children with child cancer, which is quite devastating. We won't go there right now, but
Mm,
my life is really dedicated. When people ask me, I love when you say that because people get quite shocked when, what are you? Really, essentially, my life, who I am, is really like a healer. And that's what my life is. But the trajectory of my life changed,
hmm.
using my looks in the entertainment world. So it kind of was an interesting little change. It's totally different, and it was just always very hard for me to make money as far as being a healer.
Hmm.
I felt it was a gift, so I do a lot on donation. I do a lot of I'm part Native American. We did a lot of bartering back in the day. I still carry that. I still do
Oh,
that. I still
nice.
carry that tradition. I do a lot of bartering with Native American tribes. I actually have a name for myself within the communities.
Oh, wow.
I'm a word of mouth. But that's really who I am. I probably till I'll keep wanting to do healing work the way I do it, and it's always on the down low, unfortunately, because people will judge me because of my looks, and um, I've been judged in the wrong way. So
Yeah.
so I've just kind of had to keep my life like that. But yes, I'm into the healing arts. That's what I am. But of course, the acting and modeling, all that, really, I can't, I know, I don't, I'm not lying. That really helped a lot in my life, but I really want to go beyond that at this point.
Wow. Now,
Yeah.
I'm kind of a cultural reference nerd or idiot, if you will. Like I look at everything has to be related back to like a movie or to a music something cultural, right? So of
Mm,
everything you said, also because I'm a man, so I don't have a
mm,
very big wide attention span when I'm talking to pretty girls. So because I'm a man, I heard you say you do martial arts. And so the first thing that popped into my mind is this girl can kick your ass, but she can make it look really, really cool. So then my thought was, what encouraged you? What event happened in your life to where you took on martial arts? Because that's a tough thing to learn to do.
oh yeah, really tough. Pomona, from Pomona, California, from the hood. So real hood. I mean, it was predominantly Mexican black, and I'm a
I
part
thought
white girl.
I thought you were gonna say it was predominantly hood. Like it, it
No,
was. It didn't matter whether it was white hood, black hood, Mexican. It was
no, there
all
was no white
hood, homie.
people there. There was no white people there. There was no the white people hoods. They were in the other cities, but Pomona was a different. No, I'm not trying to say it's just brown color people,
That's funny.
but we didn't fit in. My family, my
Right.
mother was. I was made fun of. We're the only white people. My mother was the only white person, but my dad's brown. My dad's
Yes.
dark. He's
Yes.
native and Filipino. My mom's also part Black Irish, and also part Native American. So she had other cultures in her, but she appeared to be white. So I had a hard time in my life because it was, the Mexican and Black wars. There was a lot of. I don't think people really understand Pomona, what I've witnessed. But
Wow.
being that girl, I was really heavily made fun of, jumped a lot by both races, and never could fit into either one. But like I said, I'm not trying to say I'm the minority, but white people are the minority now. I'm just trying to say back in the day, not trying to tell you my age, but there was other cities full of white whatever you want to call it,
Uh-huh.
low income families, but it was hood. There was no
Wow.
good part of Pomona. We were hood. My mom's white. We were poor too. I'm not trying to. We were poor, very poor. So my dad was a Jehovah's Witness. So you got to be careful when you talk because people take my words and they'll twist them. So I just want to be really clear on my words right here.
Wow.
So my dad was a Jehovah's Witness preacher, and again, another thing to make fun and beat me up with is knocking on your door on Saturday mornings with my Bible in my hand,
Oh, that was
going
you?
to the donut shop.
That
Yeah, that
was
was
you?
Kathy Corpus.
I find
And
excuses to talk to those people about other stuff. I'd be like, well, now
hmm
my plumbing is not doing so good. What do you know about that? Maybe you want to come in and look at my pipes. That's just me
yes,
though. But so that was baby Kathy was going door to door and knocking on the doors with
yeah, little
her sweet
Kathy.
little face, and people were
Yes,
taking advantage of Kathy.
3, 4 years old, 3, 4. Started at 3. My dad, I was born in it. I was preaching at 3.
Oh
I'm
my gosh.
serious, and I was very good. And that's probably why
Wow.
ended up getting to rap and stuff, but I was very good. And I was sent with my father. My mom, we had 9 children, and I was sent with my dad because my mom called me a wild Indian. She couldn't contain, it was just wild, a lot of energy.
Wow.
Just she didn't know how to handle me. And so I was always with my father, the preacher of the church of the Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Hall, it's called. But
Wow.
anyways, that's why I got into long story short.
No, we love the
Yeah,
long story. This
you
is
asked,
this is
baby.
your story. No, this is why you're here. We love your story. So, did you
Yeah.
have a Karate Kid moment? And I say that like, in the movies, they beat up the
Yes.
kid so bad that the kid
Yeah.
goes home and then he has to meet his own personal savior, Mr. Miyagi, who will then teach him how to never get his butt kicked again because he becomes a good, like a master, literally. Did that happen to you? Like, were you so bullied that you came home one day and you were just like, no, 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 no. I'm about to whoop these asses.
No, really, if you want to, I could fight, but I was hard to fight more than 2, 3 girls. I was kind of just a natural fighter. But then my dad would never want me to put me in martial art classes because that's called an extracurricular activity.
Okay.
The only extracurricular activity he put me in was basketball in the 7th grade, and I was beaten out of it by the players. That's another story. We'll
Wow.
talk about that another. I
That's
was
the
very,
next show. Wow.
very good basketball player, highly good, very tall, was my height my
Uh
whole
huh.
life,
Uh huh.
and was the only, like, again, I was the only one that didn't fit in. I don't want to get into it because I'm pissing me off right now.
Sin City Radio. Host your own podcast. Broadcast from home. Broadcast from our studios. Reach a worldwide audience. Get started today. Make your voice heard worldwide. Host your own podcast. Sin City Radio.
Right.
Very
Right.
talented.
Okay. We'll do.
Yeah,
Yeah. We
I
don't
got
want
I got
that.
my ass jumped, and no, let me tell you really quick. Let me fit this in. I got my ass jumped in the girls' locker room after the game because
Oh
I
my
hit him
God.
up like, why don't you throw the ball to me? No one threw the ball to me. Dude, I was felt so stupid. I always can hit the 3-point shots. Okay, I was a good
Wow.
3-point shotter. I was a little Kobe, little Mamba Citas. You know what I'm saying? That's what I
Yes.
was,
Yes.
and I was so good, and they all beat me up, and the coach sat there and watched.
Really? Now that
Yeah.
that actually brings up another thing.
That makes me really pissed off right now.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're not going to promise for another show, but that does bring up a thing. Like, it used to be. No, seriously, it used to be okay for
Yeah.
the administrators to gang
Mm,
up on a particular kid. Like, if they decided that you were the kid that didn't get
mhm.
picked for whatever, then you got to
Hmm.
be the kid that they would make you be the water boy. And that was a very real thing, how they would bully
Hmm.
young children. Now, obviously I haven't been in elementary or middle school for a while now, but I would
Hmm.
imagine that it still happens. Wouldn't you? Don't you think they probably still do that to kids? Single
Yeah,
one kid out and he or she becomes the,
is the victim,
yeah,
the punching bag. Oh yeah, for sure,
so terrible.
for sure.
So
Yeah, it's
terrible.
very terrible. Yeah, in modern day America.
Wow.
But I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bring that up. I know we're talking to
Yeah,
several viewers that might not
yeah,
hear this,
we were talking
but
about cute puppy stuff and you brought up that ugliness, man. What's wrong with
I
you? No.
did. I went ugly because
You got
I
dark quick.
did real quick, didn't it? But you asked.
That took a
We'll talk
turn.
about that another day. It took a turn,
Well, we
but
actually on the show today we actually have two topics we're going to talk about. I don't want to give away the second one yet, but it actually that fits into the second topic really well, actually. But
hmm,
I still want to know more about you. So you grew up there. Uh, what did you like? What did you think like would find yourself like the most as an artist? Like, what made you become an artist as a person? Because that to me is always fascinating. Like, what made a person decide that not only can I sling a camera, but I'm going to be a photographer at it? You get what I'm saying? Like, not only can I
yes.
walk a runway, I'm going to do this for a job.
What really triggered, as far as like in the entertainment, as
Yeah,
far as modeling and
yeah.
acting, and what encouraged me to do that?
Hmm.
It's something I always wanted to do. I think I had like visions when I was younger, so it's always something I wanted to do. But I have to say, as I got a little bit, older and looking back, it's for different reasons. Before, I think it was to fill the ego and insecure, lacked confidence. Uh, and I have to say that, because this all the human experience. It's all this whole life is about self-realization. Who are you? Really, who are you, Ace? Who am I?
Hmm.
So really, just trying to find that out. And now it's just different reasons. Like I would want that. Before it was for different things, I think. But I was quite the ham. Just to go back and not to
Uh-huh.
down it. I
Yeah.
was one of nine and I'm the middle child. So from a big family of nine kids, you're constantly trying to entertain. I was the one with
Yes.
the hula skirt on, singing to my family. I was called the ham.
Uh huh.
I was the
Uh huh.
ham. So I think being the middle child, that pushed me to want that attention and want that. Maybe I'm coming from a different fabric, a different threading than other people who get into the entertainment business. I got into it because I wanted attention, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Here
Mm-hmm.
I'm Kathy. I'm here. And I think that really how it started. And looks and this and that. I always told you look, this and that, and always wanted to do modeling and runway and just I've gotten so close to really making it. It's like now I think like modeling, like I'm like I was always told from Ford models, from Next models, you're too ethnic looking. Now that everyone they want exotic girls that look like me, or you're just an inch too short. I mean, this is freaking Victoria's Secret, New York.
Right, right. And
This
they
is
tell you.
not. And you imagine what that does to a girl?
I believe me, I know. Listen, I know
An
from living in
inch
LA, and they will tell you straight to your face the most
straight out.
disturbing thing. They'll be like, you know what? We really love you. You're just a little too fat. If you would
Yeah,
just be less fat, you probably could go to I mean, you can make billions. It's just that your
sure.
eyes are too close together, and that's the only
Mm.
thing that's going to stop you. You're like, wait a minute, I can't control that.
1 inch, one
Right.
leg is longer than the other, I think, really. Because I mean, I think that's what happened. But it's
That's
trying to
crazy.
stretch out one leg my whole life. But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
and just stuff like really big things. So, but I feel like I'm moderately successful in what I've accomplished,
Mhm.
and I think I've done it more for. Um, I've met great people, and I like the platform to speak to people, and I hope I get a bigger platform
Mhm.
to speak to
Mhm.
people like you about these things that affect us, like these robots, and everything else that you want to discuss? I know we're going
Oh yeah,
way
yeah. We're gonna
off,
talk about these robots. Yeah. Okay, so I want to ask you
way
one
off.
question, which in my professional interviewing skill, watch how I'm gonna turn this question into a
Mm,
segue into robots. Watch, it's gonna blow your mind.
okay.
But the question is, I want to ask you because you brought up a couple times being pretty, and you are pretty, right? We know that. Like that, you're a pretty girl, right? So you brought it up a couple times about being pretty. So has being
Yeah.
pretty, do you feel like that's worked out more as a blessing or as a curse?
Oh, yeah, as a curse. I mean, I hate to use the word curse, especially with my
Really?
background, but I don't want to use maybe that word's not right because I don't want the
We'll say it
like
as a
bad affirmation,
challenge.
bad
It's
affirmation,
a
baby.
challenge. As a
Halloween's
challenge,
around the
maybe.
corner. Yeah, yeah, as a challenge. Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Absolute challenge. Oh, absolutely.
How?
You walk in a room, you walk in a room and people don't like you because the way you look.
Yeah,
And walk in a room.
yeah. I can't co-sign on that. I don't have that experience, so I don't know. What do you mean you
It's
walk in a
not.
room and people
And
just
this
don't
is
like you?
family. And some of this is family, like your own family.
What?
Just because you're a little bit taller, this is a little bit bigger,
Yeah.
your lips are a little bigger. Oh, for sure, for sure.
So
It's
it's a real thing, is what you're saying. This is a real thing that happens.
yeah, I'll be in line anywhere. PetSmart, uh, Macy's, Walmart, and I'll have people fighting behind me. Are you looking at her? And girls giving me
What?
dirty looks. Oh, for sure, my whole life, always walking on eggshells.
Hold on.
Ev-
Let me do my legal disclaimer real quick. PetSmart, not to
Yes,
be Cincinnati and
thank you.
Miami. Okay, yeah, because we called out PetSmart, so we don't want no. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to blast PetSmart.
No, I like my PetSmart. They give me good points. I get my treats points. I got my $2 the other day. No, PetSmart's great. No,
So
no.
so that's a true thing that when we say like like this rage against the girl that's on the jeans ad right now, and by the time you hear this, people might still be raging about Sydney Sweeney and these denim jeans ad, and
What
some
does she
people,
do?
oh my
She's beautiful.
gosh, you got to see
She's
this ad.
beautiful.
She's wearing a pair of jeans, and the we call it the byline in the show business. We call it the line. This is the hook, right? The hook of the ad is Sydney Sweeney's got good genes. That's
That
it.
was cute.
I thought it was cute too, but some people
Yeah.
thought that meant that she's a white supremacist. So
Oh, come
go put that
on.
together. Put that together on your own. But
Oh, just you guys, come on.
now watch my clever segue.
Get your ass out of the rabbit hole.
Now,
Excuse
there's
the
also
vulgar
have
language.
been people who are using AI, and some people thought that the AI was a generation of this ad. They thought that it wasn't actually Cindy Sweeney at all, but that it was her face on an AI body, which
Mm,
is a thing now that happens. That happens a
those are
lot,
going around forever.
right?
Different heads on bodies. They've been doing that since the 90s.
Right. So,
Yeah.
how many ways do you think that AI will destroy human interaction? Because I mean, I could tell you stories that I've read and I've seen about people
Sure.
falling in love with the
Mm,
Instagram model that they chat with every day. And then they find that, oh,
it's dangerous.
this is the AI model.
Yeah,
This is not a
it's
real person at all.
yeah. No, it's very dangerous. And I was just looking into the statistics of like high school students. Like they asked 1,000 like high school students using this AI apps for friendships, and a lot of them are using it.
Right.
The statistics are crazy. I felt ignorant and just doing this show, and you opened a whole. I couldn't believe it. I did not know. I was ignorant to that. I didn't know high school students were using AI as finding friendships and,
Mm
and,
hmm.
and finding love. And
Mm
you
hmm.
cannot, that's not human interaction. There's been a lot of, I think, psychologists, I believe, and they're saying the dangers of that and how they're not going to be able to develop properly
Isn't that
using
crazy?
this. Yeah, because there's not going to be that interaction, that reciprocal effect going on with the AI. on real issues. It's always going to be watered down. It's always going to be what you want to hear, and that's not
Right.
how you grow. And it's
That's
a
right.
major problem. And I couldn't believe the statistics. I couldn't believe it.
And
And yeah,
and Kathy,
sad.
people are falling in love with the AI.
Yes,
Like there's people. I'm surprised this hasn't happened to you, or maybe if it has, you didn't know about it. But
I appreciate
there's
that.
people that might take your face, contact some dude, hey baby, how you doing? They talk to him for a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, and he thinks he's talking to you, right? And then at
Mhm.
some point they're going to say, oh my gosh, times are really hard for me right now, I'm about to get evicted, drama, 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 could you send me some money? And this
Mm,
poor guy, he thinks he's sending the money to Kathy Corpus, and guess what, he never was talking to you at all. You never have heard
yeah, very
that they're taking
dangerous.
these models and doing that kind of stuff.
I never heard. I heard like catfishing, but I never knew about the AI
Oh, well,
doing that.
I'm happy to introduce you
That's
to some new forms of crime on the show today.
absolutely straight up. I mean that what? I mean that is crazy. I would be, but I've known people contacted me and asked me, were you this? Is this you?"
Oh,
And like
really?
porno stuff. I'm like, what? I mean, no, it's not me. I'm not doing no
Oh,
porno.
so
But
maybe it did
people have
happen
been
to
asking me
you.
that for a while. Maybe I just have that look.
That you're just walking
Sorry, I
around.
didn't mean to go
You're
there.
walking around
And
with porno face. You couldn't help it. It's just my face. I just
I
look
just
like
couldn't
porno.
help
What
it.
can I tell you? I don't
Yeah,
know what to
sorry.
say. Damn it,
But
man!
I
I'm
can,
sexy. What can I tell you? I look like porno. What?
that sounds like it.
Right
But
there it is.
I agree, it's dangerous. I agree with you. It's very dangerous, especially for the youth and then this generation, this this Generation Z, and I don't know, they've lost their way a little bit. I think this next generation.
Well,
I really.
in your industry, by the way,
Mm,
that's why they recently had that strike in Hollywood because people like
mm,
Scarlett Johansson was saying, or Jonasan, however you want to pronounce it. Anyway, Scarlett
mm.
was saying that a company had taken her audition tape, taken her voice off the audition tape, and turned it into a whole product that they were selling using AI. They were using
I
her
heard that.
likeness, right? And that's a thing now that can happen. Like you could be Kathy, and next thing you know, you're starring in a movie with Brad Pitt, and you never even showed up for an audition. You never got a script, and that's
No,
what they
I agree
can
with you.
do.
It's dangerous. It's very dangerous, and I'm going to keep it real. People who use AI apps on my Instagram, I notice an influx of AI BS. And you know what I do? I
Mm,
go back and look who does that, and I mute them. Yeah,
mm.
you heard me out there. You're muted. So if you're using AI, just unfollow me because your ass is muted anyways. So
Wow,
I don't care. And these are models, these other girls, and it really pisses me off. It's like, why
wow.
would you in our in our industry, why would you do that? You're taking away from so many photographers. You're taking away from so much creativity, and it looks fake. I don't care what they say. It
Hmm.
looks fake,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a little cocky, and I'm sorry, before I say this next statement, but I feel like AI, a lot of these apps, they're trying to look like me. I'm so sorry. I use this AI to change it to someone else. It's me. It's still me. They never changed my face. And then I look at other people. How did J Lo start looking like me? I was like, you're using that. J Lo, stop using AI. You don't. I know how you look, girl. I saw you at the beach. I saw you at the American Music Awards. You do not look like me.
I love it.
So
I love
I'm
it.
sorry.
And let's
Yeah.
consider with that statement
No,
a
no hating on J
virtual.
Lo, man. She's hot.
No,
I
whoever
get it.
heard that statement and took offense to that, we're going to also add a virtual what round kick too. Just so you know, you also got a round kick with that Just so you know, let that happen. That's serious business. That's funny.
Excuse me, I didn't
That
mean
is
to.
funny. So Kathy, of all the talents you possess, which one's your
Mm,
favorite? Which one is your favorite of everything you can do? Modeling, acting, dancing, singing. Because you didn't mention that. Shame on you. I know you're working on a new record. I just know it because I know about it already.
I'm
Shame
just
on
doing it for the
you.
benefit of all beings. It's not for me. Yeah, I just it's that alter ego. It's a whole different energy, a whole yeah, it's just a whole another thing. I just yeah, that's another project. Yeah, my rapping. I'm just trying to wake up that K.A.T inside, and she's a little dormant. She's been hurt by the industry. She's been
Yeah.
knocked down, but she's getting her butt up. And I got the song written, What About Love, that we can talk about another time.
Well, no, we're
Did we want to tap on some more questions on AI?
no, well, we will, but we're going to talk about this what about
Uh,
love thing and the industry hurting you.
mm,
Did you really get hurt by the industry? Are you a victim of the industry?
I don't want to say a victim, uh,
Survivor?
because I would say victorious and that's a survivor. Yeah, I'd say I'm a survivor in the
Mm.
industry. I never really had, it's just I can't really. I don't want to say too much. Got to figure out my age on different artists that I was connected to. So I
well,
gotta
it,
shut up.
well, it wasn't like you
We'll
said.
talk about that later. I still gotta eat.
It wasn't like you said back in 1957 or something. Like we don't
That's
know.
true.
Yeah, we don't know when it happened.
Yeah, that's true. But it's gonna come out anyways by the
Back
end of the year.
back when I was a child, nothing like we
Yes.
didn't say anything like that, did we?
No, we did not. Uh, but yeah, it
Oh,
started
that's
for
funny.
a while. It's just a closet rapper, and it
Mm-hmm.
started in Pomona. Going through all the stuff I went through, seeing all the stuff I saw, and
Oh wow.
my own, what just without saying too much. But it's another so many stories that I can tell you about. So many different things on what created this character and what created this alter ego, this power within me. I really feel like it's just a extra little power I possess. But it started back, you know, then, and I was more of a closet rapper on things that I saw, and was really influenced by Tupac and other people who were just speaking their mind about things that they saw, and I just became very, 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 very good at it. I would rap over songs on the radio. I'm from California, so I like that
Mm-hmm.
West Coast twang. I like
Wow.
grew up with Too Short, Easy, Ice Cube, that kind of energy, Snoop, Pac. So I just go with the flow and just let things out for healing. It was healing for me, letting your voice out, letting this, you got to let this energy out. You got to,
Right.
externalize it. Holding this in since a child, all this stuff I went through. You have no idea. It's just being raised in a cult. That's another story, the cult of Jehovah's Witness. And I said that. And that's
Right.
what it was. As my father as a preacher and as me as a child born in it, I will say that and what I witnessed. Anyways, going back to that, and so I was so good at rapping, just fire. And I won a bunch of contests. Long story short, I really got seen by big people.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to mention names. I don't know if I can. To be really careful about that. With
Right.
someone who's incarcerated now. But I don't know him as P. Diddy. But anyways, back in the day, I was
Well, you
scouted.
just said it.
I said it, and I have facts on that. And if people want to fact check it, they can.
Oh
And I know
shit.
there's cameras in the streets. And so back then I was scouted. Let's just segue into something right now, really quick, because I really want to talk about this. And I was scouted by a producer in LA who was connected to Diddy in New York, and it was I don't want to say the record place where I won this contest. But let's just say I went to this house. It was palatial and white
Uh-huh.
up in Studio City, Thousand Oaks, up Encino, up in the hills. And I'm not going to say exactly where, but it was white. And you walk in this room, it was palatial. Palatial. I walked in, here's little cat, all
Uh-huh.
dressed like a little hood. And I always make sure my energy's right. My breasts are hanging out, my butt's intact, I'm always
Right.
like a little sweatshirt, little, little gangster girl. And so I walk in there, and here's like, Diddy with a picture of him with the, what is that? What is the Declaration of Independence? It's all white. It's
Oh
palatial,
wow.
and it's beautiful. So I knew it had to have been legit. That had to have been Diddy's house.
Okay.
So he puts me into the studio, beautiful studio, home studio. I couldn't believe this really intelligent black engineer, very respectful to me, very respectful, very decent. So I go in there, and he says, "We like your music. We like what we're saying. The people like you. He was talking about. But
Yeah.
we want you to talk about how you like sucking, how you like having sex." And he was so intelligent about it. Like,
I'm
we're
not
talking,
I'm not
his
laughing
legs are
because it's
crossed.
funny. No, I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because I have been there in those rooms. I totally
Yes,
get it.
sir.
Please. Yes,
Thank you.
please.
So you believe me.
This is
People
the
think
industry
they don't
people
believe
don't
me, but let
understand.
me,
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
me get it out, because this goes back to Epstein and people making choices. There's
Yes.
always two sides of the story.
Yes.
I'm sorry. And there's
Yes.
a choice you make when you walk through that door. Okay. So
Yeah.
I went through there, and in all fairness to this man behind bars. Okay. So I go in there, and I have that energy. So he tells me, "We want to hear you about, you sound like a dyke. You sound like,
Oh my
that's what he
God.
told me, but very eloquently speaking, this engineer who's
Wow.
very professional. This wasn't some
Wow.
guy who was going to put me in a hotel and give me drugs. Okay.
Right.
That might have been eventually. But, anyways,
Wow.
just telling you what happened in this initial meeting, because they fill you out. They know who they can play.
Oh
They knew this
wow.
little girl from Pomona was, they needed to come at me a different way, because I wasn't exuding those, getting out that energy to them. I wasn't,
Yeah. He
I
said you
came
sound
across,
like a
I
dyke.
was, you
That's
sound
gonna
like a dyke. You
that's
sound like
gonna
a
be
mad bitch.
I'm gonna put
That's
that
what
on
they
a
said.
t-shirt. I love that. You sound like a dyke.
Yeah, that's what they said to me. We go, "We want to hear how you like having sex with
Right.
that energy, the way
Right.
you spit. We want to hear you how you like getting,
Yeah.
with the lack of a better word, effed."
All of
And
it.
on
Yeah.
those, and then I said, "Okay," but this was some hardcore, beautiful music I was doing that came from what happened to me in my life.
Right.
So I got up and I said, "Okay," but I already been, before this, already some bad things had happened to me. So I said, "Okay." I walked away. I turned around, and I'm doing it right now, and I just started crying.
Mm.
I just started fucking crying, and I walked to my car, and I just started crying. I was and then I just, like a cat, bit my tongue. That's it. That's it. I never rapped again. 10 years, years later.
Mm.
I was so upset. It was such a big deal for me. That was such a
Wow.
big meeting. And then I wouldn't cross that line. I held true to my guns.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what some people don't understand.
Yeah.
You have to. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I
They
I
couldn't.
do. I do. I
Yeah.
absolutely do.
Anyways,
There was
thank you so much. Sorry.
absolutely no.
Needed
This is
to.
why
I guess
you're
I need
here
to
on
cry.
this forum. This forum is for that. You can speak your
Yeah.
mind openly.
Right.
And I've been in that room, as I said before. I worked in LA for a producer. So that was how I became a producer. I used to work as a second engineer. And one producer that I worked with, he had an amazing resume. Like we could salivate over his resume of artists that he's worked with. And he would literally say to the girls, like, look, here's the deal. You can do this and get your track done, or you can do that. But I don't need your money, so you decide. Are we going front or back or top, across the top? How is it going to work? Because that's what we're doing. You know, and there were plenty of times I saw those girls go in as a Christian young girl, and then I saw maybe 2 weeks later they all of a sudden they had a new track that was completed, and I knew they did something to get that track because they surely didn't pay the money that he was asking. But
Mm.
it's just a real twisted world, and that brings me to, our other topic of the day, which is why do you think, and think about this for a minute before you answer, why do you think as humans, why do we do, as the brightest star in the galaxy, why do we do some of the darkest things? Why do such brilliant human beings do such dark and twisted things, like Diddy, like maybe Epstein might have actually been brilliant. We don't know.
Power. People want power. They don't know how to attain it because there's a lack of connection to the creator, I believe. So I believe that people go the different route. They take the dark side because there's power with the dark side, right?
And
So I think it's people lack of connection to the creator, real spirituality.
and so you don't think these people were already twisted people before? You think that they got into power and then they just kind of sold their soul?
That's a good question. Before, I think, inherently, that people were not inherently evil. But after watching, I don't mean to go here, but watching like Evil Lives Here and these tours on Investigation ID, and
Hmm.
people start so young, with torturing animals and doing stuff. I don't know. I really don't know how to assess that question. I
Hmm.
think everybody has good, though. I think everybody inherently is good. We were all born pure. And something happened. I don't know what it was. Um, and it starts as a child, I think, as a baby.
And
That
you know
nurturing,
what?
the first 6 months,
Well, and
you know.
that brings to conversation full circle. That's why I get concerned about AI. That's my biggest concern about AI actually. It's not that it's
Mm,
going to take over jobs. I'm not worried about jobs, right? But I think,
mm,
the people who create AI are only concerned about their interest, and they're using AI to manipulate other people in the most selfish way that you can manipulate people. And just like, your story of Hollywood, this was also what they were doing for years. They were manipulating Justin Bieber and these artists and making these artists do things to take all their royalties. Can you imagine? I'm going to
oh,
have you make a
shit.
record and I'm going to take everything you ever make off that record
Jesus
forever.
Christ.
But that's what they were doing, right? And so
Right.
with I kind of think that they've just found a better, easier way to do the same hustle.
Yes.
And that's what concerns
Yes.
me about where it comes to AI. That's the thing that I get concerned about is that there won't be any fail safe. There won't be any guardrail to keep someone from manipulating a kid because now they can do it using AI. You don't
Mm.
even have to have the kid in front of you. You can get that kid to do all kind of crazy stuff, and then there's OnlyFans, and then there's this, and there's that, and there's all these other manipulation tools that basically we've turned into a society pimping out other people.
I agree.
It's
I
sad.
agree.
It's vicious in
It's
itself.
sad. And that's how it started. It's funny, people pimping out people.
Right.
It's a body business.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to agree with you on that. When I did my beauty pageants, when I
Mm-hmm.
was younger, I did beauty pageants, and that's people trying to pimp me out. And that's how it happened. People sending them, oh gosh, here I go. People sending me to different countries. Like I thought I won a beauty pageant. So
I'm
here
not
we go.
again not
Here
laughing
I
because
get
it's funny.
trafficked,
Yes, again, not laughing because it's funny, but yeah,
So this is how it started, and
that's
that's
how it
why.
starts. Yeah, it's crazy.
And I thought, and there's certain girls who comply, and there's certain girls who'll fight your ass.
Right.
And when so that's a whole different story. But yeah, I agree with you. It's all a pimping game, and all this Disney and what they're doing to these young girls.
Mm,
Look what happened to Britney. My
right.
God.
Right. She's just one.
Uh,
She's just the one we know about. There's plenty that we
yes.
never even will hear about. In the interest of time, I only get three more questions with you. This has been so wonderful, but I do want to
Yes.
ask you,
Wonderful. Thank you.
what what do you think is the biggest misconception people have about you?
I think that I'm mean, or I'm a or people are intimidated. It's sad. So I don't know where that misconception comes from, but I
Mm,
think you hit it when I always tell people, martial arts healer. That's what I am. I think that can people get intimidated. So I think the biggest misconception is that I guess a bitch. I'm not. Um, People just judge me because I'm strong. If you first meet me,
Hmm.
I'm very, if you see me, you didn't know. I guess people get the wrong idea. Just strong, so people get the bad idea that I'm not nice, and I'm super nice. I'm everybody's best friend at the end of the day. So I
And,
think
may-
that's the biggest misconception is my looks and judging me on it.
and maybe they know right off the bat they can't pull one over on you. Maybe that will stop a lot of people. They know they look and they go, oh yeah, she's not going to fall for the, yeah, let's move on. She's not going to
Yeah,
fall for it, right?
guys are like that with me a lot too.
Hmm.
If I'm out and if I just say one thing, I can just easily have someone just walk away, turn around. I think I project myself like that. I think I don't want anybody hitting on me. There, I answered my own question. Thank you.
There, yeah, thank you. And back to you, Jim. And so
Yeah.
let me ask you. I got two more questions. This one is, if you could, Kathy Corpus, if you got 1 hour to do an uncensored, unscripted interview with any
Oh,
human being, living or dead, who would that person be, and why?
on the top of my head, it would be Yahshua. It would be Lord Jesus Christ for
Hmm.
sure. No question. There's no other thing. And the question, and you're asking me what question I would have
No,
for
I
this individual?
I didn't, but I'd love to know. I wait. I didn't ask, but why not? Enlighten me.
I really would like to know the 3 days before he died, and when he went in front of those temples, those rabbis, when he said the money changers, he's flipping tables and beating people with leather whips, and
Hmm.
that has been the most misconstrued, most effed up part of his journey and who he was. People twisting that. I know he told the priest, in 3 days, I burn this down where they're making money off the people in
Uh
the name
huh.
of God, which they're doing now, right in every corner you see.
You're correct.
Um, yes, and burn it down in 3 days, and then the temple come up. The temple was him. It was that connection to. He died 3 days later. I just want to ask him, and I want it on record, and I want to have it videotaped. What did you mean, Lord?
Hmm.
Yahshua, I'm sure he didn't want to call himself Lord back then. He was humble. He lived in nature and bred in nature. He didn't want to be around all this infrastructure and bullshit.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. So, wow, that was a question for me. Would definitely be Yahshua, and the question would be that 3 days before he passed and set the record straight to help all these people evolve and how these people rise and stop being controlled by the church.
Wow.
Sorry, God, I had to say that as a child of a preacher and as someone who's been seeking going to these Catholic churches every Sunday. And I decided just a couple weeks ago, no more, no
Wow.
more. I'm not doing it. So thank you. Sorry. Next
That's
question.
wonderful.
You're
And
gonna wonder why did I interview this girl?
I love it. And so, Kathy Corpus, last question for you today, and I appreciate you too much. Is share one memory of your favorite experience in your life. If you could just go back, share with us one memory, one great memory you have of this life that you were given. The one great memory.
One great memory. I'm a gold medalist in an international Chinese martial art competition.
Oh wow.
I'm an international gold medalist and Tai Chi fighting. A lot of people don't know internal martial arts. It's called Grand Ultimate Boxing. Tai Chi Chuan is my fighting expertise, really. And I did the competition at the Tuscany, and I went with the heavyweight, and I'm a lightweight. They had no one in my class, so I said, let's just go for it.
Wow.
And I fought this woman, and it was like, forget about Tai Chi. It was a wrestling match. It was no There was no internal. I started using internal, but I knew she was using her physical power on me, so I had to fight back with some kung fu. It just, it turned into judo. But I ended up winning, and I got my gold medal. I have to say that was the best because that was like little Kathy that got beat up as a kid. That's by those bullies. That was
Wow.
little Kathy that my dad, you know, you know, I was proud of myself. I had the gold medal. I didn't need anybody. I didn't need my dad there, my mom. I didn't eat my seafood there. I was proud of myself, and that's my biggest, not my biggest accomplishment, but one of fond memory. So
One favorite experience. Wow, what a
yes, sir.
wonderful, wonderful roundabout. How it came back around. What
Yes,
went out
yes,
came right back in.
it
Kathy, how do
did.
we find you on social media? If we want to pleasantly stalk you now and be your
Thank you.
followers, where do we do? How do we find you?
Well, I use Instagram. That's my main thing. You can find me on Instagram with my name, Kathy, K-A-T-H-Y Corpus. Yep, like Corpus Christi, Texas, C-O-R-P-U-S. And you can find me there. And my song, What About Love? Hopefully that can uplift humanity coming out. Check it out. Thank you so much, Ace. You're the man.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Appreciate you for opening me up. You shed a tear on me. We're lifers now. Thank you.
Right on. Listen, it's
Yep.
Kathy Corpus on the show, y'all. Kathy Corpus. You guys check her out.
Hey.
Look out for the song. She's going to be in some kind of film production or TV production. She's always doing something. She's never
Yes.
not been doing stuff ever since I've known her. So check out that. And you know what I say at the end of the show, guys? I still mean it. Live the life you love and love the life you live. Thank you.
Hee-haw!